Well, how's everybody doing on such a powerful, awesome, and amazing day? I'm Reverend Harris, and I want to come to you live, and I want to let you know that those of you who are suffering from this horrible herpes disease, let me tell you something. Today is your day that you can become cured of this horrible herpes disease. Stop letting people tell you what you can and cannot do. Let me tell you something. I live with this horrible herpes disease 4 agonizing long years. So I understand the blisters, the sores, the lesions, the headaches, the disappointments. You know something else? I also understand the naysayers telling you that you will live with this disease for the rest of your life. They told me that. But yet here I am sitting before you 100% herpes cured. Herpesbootcamp.com changed my life. And as a result, I'm 100% herpes delivered. And I want to let you know something. Can you hear the excitement in my enthusiasm? My deliverance is strong because before I wasn't. I was afraid. I hid away from people. I didn't go outside in public. I stopped working out. All this type of stuff I stopped doing. But here I am today letting you know that if I can do it, you can do it. But let me ask you a question. How brave and courageous are you? How committed are you in becoming cured of this horrible herpes disease? Especially, and I said, after the naysayers told you that you will live with this disease for the rest of your life. See, they told me that, but yet here I am, again, cured of herpes. We have a question. Can what you have cured HSV1 and HSV2? Let me tell you something. Herpes, HSV1 and HSV2 can and will be cured, but you have to follow a 31-day process. Is it easy? No. Is it hard? No. Is it challenging? You better bet your bottom dollar it is. But the question is, aren't we up for a challenge? Here it is. You have an opportunity to change your life by following simple instructions. Don't overcomplicate the instructions. All you have to do is follow it to the letter. And you too could possibly be 100% cured of herpes as I am. And if you notice, I said could be because everybody don't follow instructions. So if you're that person that willing to follow instructions, you're at the right place at the right time. We have another question. What is the difference between HSV1 and HSV2? I'm glad you asked that question. HSV1 is blisters, sores, and lesions, herpes on the mouth, and the mouth only. HSV2, now that's another horse for a different race. That's below the belt, in your vagina, and your buttocks area, and in your testicle areas, and on your penis. Horrible. I know because I've been there. I couldn't take a shower. I didn't want to put soap on it. It burned. When I brushed my teeth with toothpaste, the alcohol inside the toothpaste burned my lip because the sore was visible. I didn't go outside. When I had a sore in my rectum area, it was sore. I didn't want to wash it. I would stand there. Sometimes the water, if the water was too warm, it burned because the sore was so pronounced. I want you to know HSV1 and HSV2, there's a differentiation between the two, but it can be cured. But the question I have for you is how sick and tired are you living with this horrible herpes disease? See, until you become to the point to where you sick and tired of being sick and tired, you're going to live with this herpes disease. But once you say enough is enough, then you know what? Enough is enough. We have another question. What do you offer to cure herpes? Explain. This is what I offer to cure herpes. Herpesbootcamp.com. And the reason that I explain it to you by going to the website, because if I try to explain it to you via presentation video, you're going to get lost in my explanation. And I don't want you to get lost. More importantly, I want you to follow it to the letter. So following something to the letter is reading it step by step by step. And that way, if you have to read over it again, you can. Because once this presentation is over, you can't say, well, man, I should have asked him this. I should have asked him that. Everything that you think that you want to ask me has already been answered. Herpesbootcamp.com will give you so much informed information, and it will help you make a decision on changing your life. But I have to ask you, and if you notice, I'm going to keep reiterating this. Are you sick and tired of being sick and tired of the breakouts? We have another question. What do you mean video course? The video course is, I have a course that it gives you step by step from day 1 all the way to day 31. And you don't have to go through this process by yourself. You have me in a video presentation telling you every single day what to do, encouraging you, elevating you, and letting you know I'm grabbing you by the hand. The only way I let go, and that's if you snatch away from me. So that's what I mean by video course, taking you day by day by day by day, from day 1 to day 31. Does that sound like something that you're enthusiastic about? Are you interested in that? Listen, because I'm so enthusiastic about sharing it with you, because I didn't have that. I had to go cold turkey. I had pitfalls. I had ups and downs. I had sad moments. I had highs and lows. But today, you have it all. The ball is in your court. One or two things you're going to do with this basketball. You're going to shoot, or you're going to pass it off. Which one you going to do? We have another question. But you said read what? Or is the video, or is this video training? This video is a multiple things. You have to read to understand what Herpes Boot Camp is all about. You're not going to go inside it and say, okay, well, I'm going to do it this way. Because if you fail to follow the instructions, reading is essential. It's imperative that you read before you can understand how to apply the information. And once you apply the information the right way, it's because you read and understood what you was reading. So that's what I mean by read, read, and read. And I say it like this because some of you have to say it over and over and over to in order for you to understand what's being said or what's being meant to be said to assist you. Let me help you understand what it is that needs to be done, because this is your moment to become cured of herpes. Herpesbootcamp.com is alive and well. We have another question. So where is the reading at, and how much do I have to read? Your reading is in the information in the beginning. Herpes, soon as you click on herpesbootcamp.com, your reading process starts. You read from the beginning, the middle, and to the end to understand what it is that you have to do in order for you to become cured like me. Does that make sense? I can sit here and tell you all day long what to read, how to read it, how to interpret it. But if you don't read it and understand it for yourself, I'll be wasting your time and mine. Herpesbootcamp.com. Click on it. Start your reading process. Start following the information that's inside the information. It's a beautiful situation. And the reason that I know it's beautiful, because here I am, a recipient of being herpes delivered. And if it happened for me, I know that it will and can happen for you. We have another question. I hate to read. Can I just have a video course? You must read before you understand what it is that you need to do. You can't go through the video. You already have the video course. The video course is there, but you have to read and understand what the video course is going to be all about. Because if you don't want to read, and you have a video course, I'm giving you step by step by step instructions throughout the whole process. So for those of you that don't like to read and you want a video tutorial, it's there. For those of you that love to read and you want to miss the video tutorial, it's there. Your highs and your lows, whatever it is that you choose, it's there for you. Don't omit anything. Why not want to read when you have a situation? You're suffering from HSV1 and or HSV2. Reading is going to tell you how to get rid of that. There is no in-betweens. Do what needs to be done. You can do it. I have faith in you. I believe in you because you believe in yourself. That's why you're listening to this presentation. We have another question. How do I know you were really cured? Can you prove this? Absolutely. If you go to herpesbootcamp.com and you look for, it's a button that states about my irrefutable proof. And it shows you where I was infected, where I overcame this horrible herpes disease. Let me show you this. Herpesbootcamp.com. That's where I want you to go. Now, let me show you my irrefutable documentation. Here it is, 2017. HSV1, HSV2, cured. From 2010 up until 2014, I lived a horrible life. I lived a sad life. I lived an embarrassed life because I had breakouts. Every time I tried to make a plan to go do something, I had a breakout. I stopped working out. I gained an enormous amount of weight. I wouldn't go outside. I stopped having sociable gatherings with my so-called then friends. But here I am today. Irrefutable documentation. So you asked if I can prove it. I can prove it, and I just did. I have irrefutable documentation that shows I was where you are right now. But here I am, 100% herpes delivered. And again, let me reiterate, if it happened for me, it can and it will happen for you, but you have to make a decision. You have to make the right decision. Stop letting the naysayers tell you what you can and cannot do. Matter of fact, stop hiding behind your sorrows and get in front of it and say, you know what? If Reverend Harris did it, I can do it. And you can do it. Don't give up because you want to become cured. And I know you can. The question is, I cannot see the button. Where is it? One thing's for certain, if you can't see the button, that means, with no disrespect, that you're blind, because I made the button so visible. It's a fluorescent button and it blinks. You can't miss it. So again, you have to be able to see the button. If you wear glasses, you can still see the button. If you don't wear glasses, you can still see the button. Look, scan the whole page. And those things that you say you want is right there. So don't say what it is that you can't see, because it's there for you. I've thought about everything to make certain that this becomes a great success for you. But you have to follow it. Like I said earlier, it's not easy. It's not hard, but it is challenging. Are you up for the challenge? That's what I ask you. Is this a military boot camp and I have to exercise all the time? Absolutely not. This isn't a boot camp about exercise. This is a boot camp about going through what you need to go through to get what you're seeking. And that's to be cured of herpes. Your boot camp is you following a 31-day process. doing what it is that you want to do. You don't have to exercise, jumping jacks, push-ups, jogging, walking in place. You can walk around your neighborhood, but it's good to become active as you're going through this 31-day process. Why? Because it keeps you strengthened. It keeps you agile. It keeps you focused. It keeps you from being lackadaisical, sluggish, or lazy. This is herpesbootcamp.com, not an exercise program. This is a program to teach you how you can overcome anything, especially this herpes disease, when it's been said to you that you will live with this disease for the rest of your life. Take it from me, someone who's lived it for 4 agonizing long years. They said I would live with this for the rest of my life, but yet here I am, 100% herpes delivered. We have another question, and I am afraid to walk around my neighborhood. Now, I can't explain to you how you can overcome walking around your neighborhood. You say you're afraid of walking around your neighborhood. I can ask you why, or I can assume that you're afraid to walk around your neighborhood because you have a visible sore. If that be the case, walk around in your backyard or walk to a park where there is nobody there at the park, or do like I did. Do you know I had to wrap a scarf around my face and put glasses on, shades, and a cap, because I didn't want nobody to recognize me. And I went somewhere else where didn't nobody know me. I was ashamed. I was afraid. I was scared. I was shameful because I was experiencing something nobody else that I was associating myself with was experiencing. But you know what? I overcame it. And here I am, here letting you know, whatever you put your mind to, you can do it. Forget about the naysayers. Forget about people, the onlookers. If that bothers you so much, walk at night. When it's dark outside, go where don't nobody know you. I used to walk at Walmart parking lot at night. Didn't nobody know me. Or I went to a park, but I got my exercise. You can do it too. Conjure up something spectacular in your mind, and you can do it. I have a question. I have a big blister over my whole face, and I don't want anybody to see it. You know what's so beautiful about? You don't want nobody to see that blister over your whole face? Don't go outside. And if you're the type that have to go outside, I'm going to reiterate this. Buy you a scarf. Buy you a cap. Purchase you some sunglasses. Disguise yourself. Do what it is that you need to do to get rid of this horrible herpes disease, because you can. Now, we're talking about all the negative points. Let's talk about the positive. The positives is, okay, I don't want nobody to see my face, so I want to veil myself. So I wrap it. I put my shades on. I put my hat on. I put a jacket on. I walk. Whatever it is that you need to do, you can do it. But you have to have a well-made-up mind. See, a well-made-up mind don't care what needs to be done. They're willing to do it. Are you that person that's willing to do what needs to be done to get what it is that you're seeking, to be cured of this horrible herpes disease? Question: what kind of drugs are you selling? Well, I could take that as an insult, but I won't. This isn't drugs. Drugs is cigarettes, tobacco, speed, marijuana. Those are drugs. This is what I'm sharing with you. I'm sharing with you an opportunity for you to go to herpesbootcamp.com and for you to delve into the information and absorb what's being said. And if it makes sense, then what it is that you need to know is right there. And then you'll say to yourself, wow, I asked the wrong question. The question I should have asked is, Reverend Harris, how long did it really take you to become cured? What changes were made in your life while you was going through the 31-day process? Those are the appropriate questions. Not what drug am I selling, because I'm not selling a drug. Question, can I smoke weed while I am on your plan? Weed helps my pain. I'm going to say this here to you, and you have to make a decision. You cannot use drugs of any kind while going through this 31-day process because it counteracts the process. So if you smoke weed, if you use cocaine, smoke cigarettes, chew tobacco, dip snuff, this will counteract what it is, the process that you have to go through during this 31-day process. You have to be strict in following what has been outlined for you. And if you're strict, then you can possibly look for favorable results. And I said that way because, again, everybody don't follow explicit instructions. Pay attention. What is it that you want? How bad do you want it? Then make it a reality in your life. My question is, can I drink vodka because I need it to help with my pain? Can I continue during my process? No, and absolutely no. You can't use alcohol of any kind. You can't drink juices. You can't. I can't emphasize enough. I'm glad you're asking these questions. Your best friend is water, distilled water, going through this process. But I won't tell you what it is that you need to do. I want you to read what it is that you have to do and what it is that you must not do in order for you to see the success that I've seen and that I'm experiencing today. If it happened for me, I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that it can happen to you and everybody else that's associated with you. This I know to be a fact because I'm a living, walking, breathing witness. Question, I smoke cigarettes to help with my nerves. Can I smoke during this process? I'm glad you're asking these questions. No, you cannot smoke. You cannot drink. You cannot use drugs. If you engage yourself in sex, which you shouldn't, for that 31-day process, use protection. I emphasize this greatly. I can't tell you what to do, but I'm telling you what I did. I did not engage in sex for 31 days. After my 31 days, then I went through my 30-day maintenance process. So it was a total of 61 days that I abstained from anything, alcohol, drugs, sex, you name it. The only thing I had association with was following my process and eating like I was supposed to eat. And I exercised, I walked, cardio. You can do it too. Question, the doctor gave me herpes medication. Can I still take the medication he requires me to take? If not, why? When the doctor ordered it for me. This is what I'm going to say to you. Your Valtrex, your valacyclovir that your doctor has prescribed for you to take, you can still take it. I stopped taking mine because I went through this 31-day process knowing with faith and belief that I wasn't going to need that medication no more. And let me tell you something. I didn't need it. And here I am today, still 2018, herpes cured. So I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that it works. But you have to have faith. Whether you go to church or not, that's not the faith I'm talking about. I'm talking about the faith that you have in yourself. You believe in you, Believe in the process. Don't take Valtrex, valacyclovir. Put it down. Go through this 31-day process. Find and fulfill the real you, because you owe it to yourself. The only person that can stop you is you. Follow the process. The information is already outlined for you. There is something that you can take that will keep your breakouts gone throughout this 31-day process. But it's inside herpesbootcamp.com. You say you're ready to change. Change is here. So make the necessary adjustments that you need to make this change. Question: how do I talk to you about this process? This is how you speak with me. You sign up for Skype with your email. Once you sign up, after joining herpesbootcamp.com, you can have endless conversations with me. I will walk you through the process step by step by step. Again, as I stated earlier, I'll hold your hand and I'll take you to the promised land. The only way I'll let go, and that's if you snatch away from me. Other than that, the tenaciousness of our bond is inseparable. Isn't that what you want? I wish I had that, but I didn't have that. And since I didn't experience that, I understand what you're going through. I understand the questions that you're asking. I understand the concerns that you have. And I'm not shying away from it, because I want you to know that I'm a real person that experienced a real situation, who was sad, who cried, who got anger, who got pissed. But here I am, 100% cured. And if it happened for me, it'll happen for you. When does the pain go away? Well, you know what? That's a matter of choice. When does pain go away? Let me tell you when my pain went away. My pain went away when I went through this 31-day process and I got tested. And after 72 hours from stressing and saying to myself, I know it's going to be okay. I wonder if I'm going to be okay. Man, I know I'm still infected. When that doctor came back and told me, Stanley, I don't know what you did, but you are no longer infected with this herpes disease. I cried and I cried and I cried. That's when my pain went away. When I was no longer infected with this horrible herpes disease. That's what I like to share with you. Your pain will go away, but it's up to you. My girlfriend has herpes from me. Can we both still have sex during the process if we are both infected anyway? Absolutely not. You can, but I wouldn't. Why? Because if you're doing everything right and she slipped one day from taking her process and she don't tell you, and you have an unprotected sex where you were probably going to become cured, now you are reinfected again. So when the end of the 31-day comes and you go get tested and your results come back positive, who can you blame? Nobody but yourself. So if you're going to engage in that horizontal perpendicular situation, protect yourself. You wear protection, she wear protection. And there is no kissing. Because again, what if you're doing everything right? Or vice versa. What if she's doing everything right and you're not, and you didn't tell her that you slipped? You both end up still infected. So is it worth it while going through this process? Me personally, I don't think so. But remember, we two different people, but we experience the same disease. I chose to stay away from it. You should too. That's just my suggestion. Question: how much does this course cost? Is it more than $1,000? What? OMG. That's right. I said it just like that. OMG. It's penniless. You wouldn't believe the fraction that it costs. It costs more for me to deliver these presentations and prepare everything that I'm preparing for you than it costs for you to purchase what it is that I have in herpesbootcamp.com. So I won't talk money with you. Go to herpesbootcamp.com. That's your homework assignment. Go to herpesbootcamp.com, and everything that you're asking me is already outlined for you. If it sounds good to you and if it looks good to you, then guess what? It's good for you. But you have to make a decision. What's your decision? Do you choose to live with or without this horrible herpes disease? We have a question. It says $47 on your website. Is there more to pay? If it says it's $47, then that's what it is. I stated to you that I won't talk to you about money because it's pennies on a dollar. It costs more than that to go out to eat. You're talking about becoming cured of a horrible disease that's affecting your life. Go to herpesbootcamp.com. Everything that you want to learn, you can learn about what it is that you need to do, about what it is that you say you want to get rid of. It's right there for you in black and white. I'm giving it to you as is, like you're supposed to receive it. Because if I sit here and talk about money, 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 the first thing you're going to do is judge me and say, you know what? Oh, he about money. He's a scammer. Man, he's a gimmick. He's just like the rest of them. And you will be wrong. Because I am not interested in your money. I am interested in your being cured. I am interested in you waking up one morning and saying, you know what? Wow, I really appreciate Reverend Harris. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have never known that I could become 100% herpes cured. He said I could, and I didn't believe it at first. That's my motivation. What's your motivation? Question: how long does it take to get cured? To be honest with you, it takes 31 days. But for some, it could take longer. Why did I say that? Because some people don't listen. If it's outlined certain foods not to eat, certain things not to do, and you do it, and you still expect positive results, it just won't happen. So you ask me, how long does it take to get cured? It all depends upon you. It took me 31 days. Actually, 31-day process, and then I had to wait 72 hours for my doctor to call me into his office to tell me the great news that I was no longer infected with this horrible herpes disease. How long do you want it to take you? Do you want to mirror match me? Or do you want to take your chances on doing what I've asked you not to do? Ultimately, it's your decision. 31 days plus the 72 hours waiting on the doctor to come back with your results. That's how long it takes. I really appreciate you all asking these questions that you've asked. I hope that I've actually shed some light and gave you some encouraging wisdom to let you know that this is the moment, this is the time, this is the day. herpesbootcamp.com changed my life. And as a result, I'm 100% herpes delivered, and my level of excitement is through the roof. Yours can be too. HSB1, HSB2. Cured. I can't begin to tell you how excited I am. I'm so elevated in my spirits, I'm shouting for joy. But I just want you to know, if the mind is willing, the body will follow. Do what's necessary to make you like me, 100% cured. Stop letting the naysayers tell you what you can and cannot do. Question: when can I get started? I'm glad you asked that question. But let me ask you this before I answer that question. If what you heard makes sense and it motivates you and calls you to take a call to action, when will you start? I will start right now. Matter of fact, I would already be on herpesbootcamp.com before I stop talking, because that's how enthusiastic I am about your cure. But are you as enthusiastic about your cure as I am? Because think about it. Out of all the things that I could have been doing, I stopped long enough to share with you and allow you to ask me questions about what you can do to become cured of herpes. That says a lot about me. I'm not bragging about me, but I'm thanking God that he allowed me to be in this appointed position to share with you in the manner that I am. I hope that makes sense to you. Question: I will smoke weed one last time today. Smoke weed, drink alcohol, dip snuff, use drugs. But once you start this 31-day process, that's out the window. Until you are really ready to become cured and follow the outline information that's in the herpesbootcamp.com website, don't waste your time. Become centered, focused on what it is that you want before you start. Because you'll only end up hurting yourself if you start and then say, well, you know what? You wake up one morning, hey man, I got to have a drink. Oh man, I got to have a smoke. And you 19 days into your process, you have to wait 72 hours before you can start that process all over again. And let me tell you something. Not only is it damaging, but it's humiliating to yourself, especially if you saw yourself almost to the end. And now you have to start all over because you couldn't control your urge. I'm going to keep it 100 because that's the only way that I know how to be. My mom told me, if you can't tell the truth, don't open your mouth. And if the truth hurt, tell it anyway. So I'm telling you, don't drink, don't smoke, don't use, don't engage yourself in sex, abstain. You have control. You're only weak if you tell yourself you're weak. You're strong as you want to be. You're as strong as you should be. So let's become cured of this horrible herpes disease. Herpesbootcamp.com is the best. Let nobody tell you different. I went through what you're going through right now, but look at me on the other side. Happy, I'm working out, I'm active, and I'm watching what I do and how I do it. And God blessed me after all of this to become married to one of the most amazing women in the world. And I never thought that I would be cured enough to even have a wife, let alone a girlfriend, let alone a wife. But I'm blessed. It happened for me. Now let it happen for you. God bless you so much. Thank you so much for your time. Last but not least, stay elevated, stay believing in what it is that you're going to embark upon. and allow nothing and no one to get in your way or to offset your course or to stop you. Many blessings to you. God bless you. Congratulations to you all on your first day starting the herpes boot camp process. I know that you can do it because that's why you're watching this presentation. You was looking for something. Now here it is. God bless. Take care of yourself. Until next time.